everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. If you like this video while you're watching, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. Today we are doing a Vogue inspired get ready with me. So Vogue does these sort of like celebrity type makeup tutorials sort of where celebrities are showing their kind of everyday beauty routine, and they're usually pretty informal. They're kind of like shot on an iPhone in their bathroom, and I think they're really cool actually to kind of get a glimpse into these like just sort of mundane little routines. Anyway, so that's what this video is inspired by. We are in my bathroom. It's obviously not as fancy as, you know, Hillary Duff's, but anyway, and I'm just gonna show you my quick get ready routine when I just want to get ready quickly but still look like nice and presentable. So I just hopped out of the shower, so we're gonna start with skincare. I'm gonna start with my CeraVe moisturizer, and I'm just gonna put that everywhere. My skin is super red from the shower, but it'll calm down, okay? And then I like to just put the excess on my hand. Then I'm gonna take some of the Ordinary Squalane Oil and just a few little drops and rub that between my hands and then plop it on my face. And then we don't want to forget sunscreen. So lately I've been using the Cetaphil Daily Facial Moisturizer, SPF 50. When I bought this, I just like assumed it was a physical sunscreen, but it's not after reading the ingredients, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend this one, but I'm just using it up because I have it. I think the formula of this is like fine, basically. And I'm gonna rub it in the back of my hands as well. And then on the lips, I'm gonna take my giant tube of Aquaphor, and I'm just gonna get a little bit of this and put that on my lips. So for the actual makeup, the first step is brows, and this is probably the step that takes me the longest during my little get ready routine. I'm gonna start by using a lash primer. You can also do the soap brow method. This is what I've been using to kind of lay the brow hairs flat. So I shaved off half of my eyebrow a little while ago, and I am growing them back, so they're starting to grow in, but it's obviously still very sparse on the outer edge, so we're gonna kind of have to create a little brow. And I'm gonna take my little fingy and just sort of like flatten over the brow. I did take a little bit of what is left of my Charlotte Tilbury powder and just tap that over the brows so that the skincare doesn't interfere with the drawing of the brows. And then I'm gonna take my NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen, and we're gonna basically draw on the other half of the brow. I do think the shade is a little dark for me. This is Espresso. It was the only shade they had in stock. And then if I need to, I'll take a little brush and just clean that right up. I want them to look pretty natural, so I'm not gonna worry about them being too incredibly perfect. Okay, so if I left it like this, it would look a little harsh and unnatural, so I'm gonna go over top with a powder. And I'm just using this old Sonia Kashuk eye contour palette, and I'm just gonna go in with this dark brown shade here, to kind of make it a little bit softer. The only thing I'm not going to touch is where these little hairs are poking out, or like little fake hairs are poking out. Then with this, I kind of give the brow a little bit more shape too. Then I like to take a tinted brow gel. This is the Milk Kush brow gel, and just go over the front. And then finally, I'm going to go in with the clear brow gel. This is the e.l.f. Clear brow gel, just to hold everything in place. And I like to spike those hairs up as much as I can. Okay, so the last step for the brows is that I'm going to take some concealer underneath to clean it up. I'm just taking the Kaja Don't Settle concealer. And I'm gonna go underneath. I know it seems like a lot, but it just works. And then I'm going to take a brush, and I'm going to blend that concealer down onto the lid, and we're gonna kind of prime our eyes this way too. So for my base, I have been mixing a little bit of the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream with the Auric Glow Lust in Morganite. And what I'll do when I'm in a rush, I'll just take my little fingies and I'll put one little drop of the Auric and a little drop of the e.l.f. Camo CC, and then I'll rub them together and I'll just go in with my little thingies. Sometimes I do use like a sponge or a brush or whatever for this part, but when I'm in a rush and I just want to get ready quickly, this is what I do. So typically I'll kind of do that on the lower half of my face, and then I will take a sponge just to tap everything in and make sure there's no streaks. But it goes a lot faster when I start off with my fingers, because I can just kind of slap it on there and then just tap it over. All right, and then I'm gonna take the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. It looks like this is in stock last time I checked, but the brand is going out of business come September, so get it while you can. This beautiful peachy shade, and I'm gonna tap that under the eyes. Okay, so for eyeshadow, I'm taking the Auric Smoke Reflect Duo in Temper. This is all I've been using when I want like a quick eyeshadow look. I'm just gonna take the cream shadow and I'm just gonna, again, just dip my little finger in there. I use my hands a lot when I'm getting ready quickly, okay? And then I'm just gonna tap that on the lid. These cream shadows are so nice. They like totally blend themselves out. It's super soft and subtle, but it's perfect for like just an everyday look. And then I'm also gonna run it on the lower lash line. Again, just my finger. Sometimes I do a little more, a little less, whatever I'm feeling that day. But basically that is it. And then I just like to go around and tap the edge. Then I'm gonna take the topper shade, which is in the top here. And again, I'm just gonna take that on my little finger and I'm gonna pop that in the inner corner and kind of the inner third of the lid. Just add a little sparkle, a little razzle dazzle, okay? And you can build these shadows up more, but when I'm just doing a quick look, I just like to do a nice sheer layer. And then I'm gonna add some of that Kaja concealer under the eyes as well. Just a little bit. I don't want it to do too much because we also have that corrector on, but this also gives us an opportunity to kind of clean up that shadow. I don't love this concealer on its own, but I do really like it paired with the Becca Under Eye Corrector because that one is so hydrating. This one's more of like a soft matte, but I just like to use it for just a little added brightening. Then we're gonna go in with bronzer. I'm gonna take the Fenty Beauty Powder Bronzer. This is in the shade Shady Biz. And I'm just gonna take my fluffy Real Techniques brush, tap a little bit on there, and then I just like to do a tapping motion. And you wanna keep it, well, I like to keep it fairly high on the cheekbone to kind of lift the face up. And then sometimes I do like to kind of go in and go over the crease of my lids just to add a little bit more depth. And then I am going to tap over with my sponge just to make sure everything's nice and blended. Then I always go in with a cream blush. Today I'm using the Ilia multi-stick. I'm using the very last of it. I switch up my cream blush all the time, but like this is just the one I'm using up right now, and I just like to wiggle my little brush in there. It's my favorite sort of rosy terracotta shade. And then I just like to, again, start a little higher up and blend that into my bronzer. And then I do like to do just a gentle kind of sweep across the center of the face, just with the leftover product. So it's not too much, but it's still kind of there and looks very like sun-kissed. And then again, I'm gonna tap over everything. Okay, now I am gonna do a little bit of powder. I like to do this kind of as the last step for the base. I'm not gonna do a highlight today because I feel like my skin is nice and glowy. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I like to do the powder kind of last because I find if I do it in between, I tend to over powder, and this just allows me to get rid of the shine just in the areas that I need it. So I'm gonna do a tiny bit under the eyes, kind of avoiding where I get really dry up in there. And then I'm just gonna do a little bit around the nose. Basically just kind of the center of my face is where I want to take down the shine. I don't really mind there being a lot of shine elsewhere. Then we're just gonna do some mascara. So if I'm going for a more glam look, I will do kind of liner and lashes to step it up a notch, but we're just doing something super easy and breezy today. So I'm gonna curl my lashes. And then I'm gonna go in with that same lash primer. This is the Kush lash primer from Milk, but really any lash primer will do. Lately, I've really been liking the Laura Mercier Caviar Volume Mascara. It's really good at giving volume while still lengthening and separating. And get it all over my lid, as you do. Okay, then I'm just gonna quickly get rid of those little mascara whoopsies. And then I don't really do much for my lips on a day-to-day basis. Sometimes I'll add a little color, but most of the time I just do like a tinted lip balm or a gloss or something. So I'm just gonna go in with the Laniege Lip Sleeping Mask. It has a tiny, tiny tint to it. Okay, and this is the finished look. This is my go-to everyday quick and easy look. If you like this video, if you like me, please hit that thumbs up button. It's awesome, it really helps me out. And hit that subscribe button as well if you're not already. And I will see you all again soon. Bye.